My name is Jackson. Today we're talking about fireworks. Well, everyone knows about fireworks, the big booms that go off, the sparks, the flies, all the beautiful colors. But does everyone really know about the science behind fireworks? Because the chemistry and the real interesting parts of the fireworks is all behind the scenes, and it's very, very precise when it comes to that sort of thing. So today I'm going to be talking about the fireworks and chemistry about them. Basically what fireworks are, they're not all of them are the same. There's some that go straight up in the air, there's some that go on the ground. They go a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Mostly the chemistry of fireworks is used, the main chemistry used is combustion. So combustion is really the main part about fireworks. More about that later. History of the fireworks. First known fireworks were being created, used in China in the early 9th century. They were used to scare away evil spirits, and the first colored fireworks made in Europe in 1830s. And now commercial fireworks are widespread throughout America and the globe. They came to America during Independence Day and were used on the first 4th of July. But we're not very accurate on that because they could have been used further back than that. So basically, back to combustion. Main chemistry in fireworks is combustion reaction. More general sense, combustion involves a reaction between any combustible material and oxidized to form an oxidized product. Combustion is an exothermic reaction, so it releases heat, but sometimes the reaction proceeds so slowly and the change in temperature is not noticeable. That is why most fireworks are an exothermic reaction, because of the big boom and the explosion and all the fire that comes out of it. So the colors of fireworks are all made from different combinations of elements, or just different elements. Red, strontium, orange, calcium, yellow, sodium, green, barium, all these different colors. Blue is made out of copper, purple is copper and strontium combined, which makes it a very difficult firework to make, because if you get that combination wrong, it can lead to a very bad result because of the contrasting compounds. Silver, magnesium, that big flash, that bright shebang, white, burning aluminum. Another thing, the big boom that comes from the fireworks, the initial crack that sends all the stars outwards. Explain about what an aerial shot is later. But the boom is made from lead oxide. When it first explodes and that fuse goes up the little shell, it'll hit that package of lead oxide and it's gonna explode outwards, kind of like a grenade in the shrapnel. The shrapnel would be the stars. So if you see right here, this is an example of a shell. As you can see, the match and the light that goes all the way down. It starts at the top because when you put the tube down, it'll be bottom first with a black powder lifting charge. So how that works, you light the top, fuse goes all the way down, it activates the black powder lifting charge, setting the time fuse internally to go into the bursting charge. This means that it'll give it some time to get up into the air. Keep in mind that this is all happening in a split second. So it's, you light the match, half a second, your fuse is already going up, your shell is already 400, 500 feet in the air, and as that time fuse is going by, it's slowly rising up in air. And when they make the time fuse, they make it so it is equal to the amount of time that you're going to get the maximum height with that black lifting charge. So homemade fireworks and homemade shells, you have to know how that works. You have to know the speed that you're going to go up, or else something like this is going to happen. Which is not fun, because again, I want to reiterate the point, homemade fireworks are very dangerous because most people are not trained in the idea of how fireworks are supposed to work. Now that we have some little bit of background information about the fireworks and different types, and just like in general you have a little refresher, we're going to talk about the more important stuff that go with this. Who? The original creator has not been written down or narrowed down, but people theorize that a cook accidentally created a gunpowder when he mixed charcoal, sulfur, and saltpeter and ignited them, which created a small explosion when he closed, and eventually that just kind of went widespread and everyone found out about it. What was that? I don't know. Creation of this new compound became gunpowder, which led to creation of many things, including fireworks. First firecrackers and rockets were made using this new combination in China. Gunpowder was also used in guns, that sort of thing, hence the name gunpowder. Where? Well, fireworks were created in the middle of China. They were actually made after the theory about the cook trying to make a spice. Eventually, they made their way to America, formed of mortars, shells, and rockets. This happened around 1977, which was Independence Day. Again about this. When? Fireworks were created during the 9th century and were imported over during 1777 during the first use on Independence Day. Why? Well, mainly, fireworks were mainly used and created to scare away evil spirits in China, but also used in celebratory ways like weddings, that sort of thing. Nowadays, they are using that same way too, to scare away evil spirits in China, and over here in America, when they were imported, they were used for celebration, like Independence Day. So a war ending, someone having a good time, or just, honestly, if you just want to have a cool party with your friends, you want to blow some things up, you use fireworks. That's the bottom line. But remember, very legal in Covina. Go to Azusa and do that. That's cool.